If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in...
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days. Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof. Staring.
He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put, put, put of hatred.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their fate. I'm full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, rape. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. Intense, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of the... The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain. We did good when we pushed him under the horse car, until, in the 30s.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people might be worth investigating.
Whores. Syphilis is a disease Philippe III contracted in a whorehouse. The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monument.
That is technically possible, although Philippe...
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why? That's right. Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective?
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is.
He keeps having opinions about the union's leadership.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real...
Disappointment. So personal.
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to want...
Edgar.
He talks a big game about uprising and social base. First against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine.
Again? What have you done for it?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick.
Okay, he didn't do the hang the man for them, but he's insinuating something.
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot's plumage. I won't even mention. I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally. His make and model. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Truss. Not yet. I like to look at him strut around. Place the crosshair on his medals. Right on his face.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think. No, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, René. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from
him? Yes, of course. Must be passing a kidney stone.
He reminds him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You try to think of another thing, but no. It's just the hatred. The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water. He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist.
That bourgeois cow, Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker. She was. And she was real soft on those money men. Had a Barbara called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away.
No, that's not quite.
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is.
Because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled? Hard to say. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for people who flourish in the hell around her. Huh. It was someone shot her. Or maybe she just fell. I get these violent ideations. My memory, nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal.
Huh.
If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment.
A degenerate worker state. Go shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here. I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborator. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled. Yes, where is he? No. I waited too long. I waited too long and...
I'm sorry, Mr. Dras. I understand you knew.
They're all dead now.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
And I blew them. What does it matter now? All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Fuck you. You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row.
Glad we talked about what?
His lip curls into a snap.
Glad we talked about what?
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The sum of all the erratic movements.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must... Do you...
But... No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beats up.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the... Something completely different. It sounds like a bow.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about? Is this...
Your skin crawls. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pin. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If you can see what that means, it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long.
Be very, very careful.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head, like a reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, the hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else, in a lower pitch. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the tracheal system on the creature's abdomen. Expand, hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Suddenly, there is sight. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, praying to you. Unwittingly, the insect continues its stridulations. As it moves, tuft-like structures still pretending to. No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the faintest smell, like you've never felt before. Like burnt rope.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Tell me what it's like for you. Then I will tell you what it's like for me. Fire? Where? That is your problem. Nothing ever ends for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images.
So what if the next picture doesn't come? This creature is not the
Shapes of plants and animals. And internals. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So light. It only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you. With all of creation reflected in even when you're sleeping. And when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help. You want to be a fazmid. Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced. The leg tried to move around independently. Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. But were bees in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But no, you are awake. I am real. Light is not even the birds know that. Not even a water lily. I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read.
Wait, so
Yes, they don't mind. Yes, once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the rock. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden no one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Reverchol, district of Martinez, March 51. No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively immediate life form. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, you're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life to...
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees.
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplaced? No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation. Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. Okay. Is it somehow related to the case? I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman turned from the ruin. You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So she was held on Earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant.
I got it.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the kiting, it is surprisingly delicate. The curly...
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen. It tastes like sugar. Very faint. Odorless. Mostly comprised of water. The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. Warning! A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black there is some kind of countdown happening, as it slowly here. Within the smooth white inner part of its limb, you sense...
The nervous system could be spread out like that, over the extremities, like a cuttlefish.
Or a rhyocinta, an occidental leaf insect, with its... Another shudder passes through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying.
Maybe it is real, the pheromone.
The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves, breathing you in. Your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze. As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone. Skating away, and something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing.
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only... looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
Our suspect is not looking so good.
Tremble. The time isn't time for the show. For Taola, the hallowed time of fear. And Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Peric. The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We
What is it? What do you want from...
Something is very wrong with him now.
See?
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap, a light shiver, passes him.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is...
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you? You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you? A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching. That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off it.
No response.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, enhanced not... Mr. Dras, have you ever... The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is... You mean pheromonal? The scope? Knowing of her bruises? His disposition toward Miss Orania? I see what you mean. He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this... I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one help.
No one would believe you without it. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even...
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasm...
No reaction. His breathing is slow and...
Let's have a closer look at that after. I think I'll be more useful than him.
I lost...
He turns his eyes to the reeds again.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This site is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it a...
Silence. Not even a sigh. The plastic cape flaps around his face. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to...
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here.
The greasy old spring mattress.
The offer still stands.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world sleeps. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt that.
Hey. I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful... Wow, see? The entire case. I told you. Good things can... Exactly. Now. I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a tooth... Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made...
She looks at the suitcase. No.
Anyway. No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless found rider. The figurines don't do anything? Yes, a form of communication. Yes, it was a good idea. But she felt obliged by the headless found rider to give you things in return. Things she no longer wants to give you. So she refused. That's how it goes.
No, please. Please don't give me anything. Harry, I don't want things. I didn't ask for, but now, only boring hell remains. We both said a lot of things.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers. In her...
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her. For a year. Put a stake through your heart. She won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way.
Okay, Harry. Okay. It was morning and you slept. The room... It was 100 million years ago.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants. Smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to... The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin. It was just a day then, but to think... Were we there now, you could... And my crown of immortality. No. You scared her out of me. Can't you see? I can never think...
You're a better man now. With a rank. In a powerful armed organization.
No, it's too late. I found someone for whom I feel the same love I did for you.
Your heart burns. Through the blackness you've...
Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny? I hate being that. I don't want... It's here. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. There. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent...
Surely the alcohol didn't help either.
Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Regnant thing. I don't think it was the alcohol. It was a... Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about.
Don't let her. Don't let her go there. You should redo the topics. Go over everything.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confused. I haven't even bought the tickets yet. I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. I will. Yes, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand again. She is not kissing you back. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not. Her chest rising like a pillow. Warm exhalations against feels like soft fuzz. A bird covered in the world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel. The delicate wreath on her forehead pressing into your temple. The silver is cold. Her hand does not return the grip. Distrust. For you. The curve of her nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of the moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew, brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions.
No, this has to end. Do the last one.
It's not. But... I don't know why I said but. That's it, yes.
Where in hell? Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of I don't understand. It was...
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see? I'm bad. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was, but I can. No, Harry. We already tried again.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. By that...
I don't know. Please. Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
You know what I mean. No, you don't. You've worked there for so long.
Questions? Did someone say questions?
This is another list, isn't it? It's not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
No. That would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. Yes. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova, right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like, oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or see you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream?
The lieutenant nods solemnly.